Hello class, I welcome you all in our first online discussion in this course of Research in Hospitality 1. So we will talk specifically about what is research and what is the purpose of research. So we will immediately answer the question, what is research and what is the purpose of research? The purpose of research is to enhance the society. So we can observe in our surroundings, there are some inventions, tools, equipment that we have used. For example, here, the laptop, the application or the system like Google Classroom or YouTube or other inventions. It is, brought up by first having this called research. So by having this research, we have this output like inventions that will enhance our society. For example, in our virtual discussion now, you can listen to my discussion without having this face-to-face class. Okay, and you can watch this video anytime and anywhere. So, the purpose or the results of having the research, it will enhance the society. So if we will conduct a research, it will advance our knowledge through the development of scientific theories, the concepts and ideas. As we have this research, we investigate something and um, it will develop our knowledge and the ideas and also our informations. So it is important or the research is relevant in our time today. So again, the purpose of research is to met through the forming hypothesis, collecting data, analyzing results, forming conclusions, and implementing findings into real-life applications and forming new research questions. So that is the sequence in conducting research. So one of that is we have this form, the hypothesis. So we will have some questions or some statement and we will conduct some investigation. So if we will conduct some investigation, we collect data, and as we collect the data, we need to analyze the results, and we will, after analyzing the results, we can have this conclusion. So if we have this conclusion, we will implement the um, findings by collecting data, analyzing the results. We have these findings and we will recommend it to the recipients. So if we will recommend it to the recipients, it will resolve the identified problems or challenges. So if we will give to the society, for example, the conclusions or the findings of our study, it will enhance their life. Or for example, if it is we study about the business, it will enhance their business. Okay, so that is the importance or that is the purpose of conducting research to enhance the society, the business, or the life, or anything in our society. So I hope that when you conduct a study, when you have this title of your study, you have this idea in your mind that you have this desire to solve certain problems that you observe in the society. But we need to follow the specification or specialization or alignment of your study. It must be related in our field in the hospitality management. So we need to simply put research, it is the process of discovering new knowledge. From the word search, we need to discover. Okay, so research, the word re means that we need to do it again. Okay, rediscover. For example, we need to rediscover a new knowledge. So this knowledge can be either the development of new concepts or the advancement of the existing knowledge and theories. For example, there is an existing theories or existing knowledge. You research about this one and you have the desire or you have this aim to improve or develop the existing knowledge. And it will lead to a new understanding that was not previously known. Okay, so there is a development, there is a process, and there is an enhancing of the existing knowledge. So that is really relevant in our time today. So, as a more formal definition of research, the following has been extracted from the Code of Federal Regulations. For example, here, research is a systematic investigation. So, research, it is an investigation. So, what is the example of this systematic investigation? The gathering and analysis of information that is designed to develop or contribute to generalizable knowledge. Okay, so research is a systematic investigation. So when you think about research, that is collecting information, and you have this investigation of the existing knowledge or existing situation, and you have this aim to enhance the current situation. For example, if it is related to the business. So while research can be carried out by anyone, and in a field, most research is usually done to broaden knowledge in the physical, biological, and social worlds. So this can range from learning why certain materials have the way they do, to asking why certain people are more resilient than others when faced with the same challenges. So you have this curiosity in your mind, you want to know the root cause of a certain problem or situation, for example. That is why you need to conduct research. You have this systematic investigation. So the use of systematic investigation in the formal definition represents how research is normally conducted. So for example, a hypothesis is formed and appropriate research methods are designed and the data is collected as I have mentioned a while ago, and after collecting the data, you need to analyze the data. And of course, if you already analyze the data, you have these research results, and then you need to summarize it in one or more research conclusions. So these research conclusions are then shared with the rest of the scientific community to add to the existing knowledge and serve as evidence to the form additional questions that can be investigated. For example, we have conducted a research about the solid and waste water management in Anda, Bohol. So after we collected the data, analyzed the data, and make a conclusion, we present the results, findings to the resort owners or managers. Okay, so that they will be aware of the existing problems, so that we also provide also the recommendations to solve the identified problems. And then later on, they also have another follow-up questions that will be a baseline also to the further research. Okay, so conducting research, it is continuous, and I think it will not end because there is problem in any time and in any places or in any organizations, because we cannot stop problems. It will continually exist. So we need to conduct research more and more. Okay, and then it is a cyclical process that enables scientific research to make continuous progress. It is continuous progress. After you solve the problem through research, you're still able to identify another problem and you need to conduct research. So it is a cyclical process and it is a continuous process over the years. And that is the true purpose of research. So imagine if there's no people or there's no someone who will conduct research, we cannot able to solve problems in our society. So for example, there are many people now able to survive with different sickness and diseases. It's because there are people who discovered something, investigation, and they provide solutions which is the medicine, okay, or the pills. It can enhance or expand the lifespan of a person. It is because they conduct a research. They provide solutions to the existing problem. So that is the purpose of research. That is the importance of research. Now let's proceed to the question, what is the purpose of research? From weather forecasts to the discovery of antibiotics, as I have mentioned a while ago, researchers are constantly trying to find new ways to understand the world and how things work, with the ultimate goal of improving our lives. That is the purpose of research, to improve our lives. That is the ultimate goal of conducting research. The purpose of research is therefore to find out what is known and what is not, and what can develop further. So, in this way, the scientists can develop new theories, ideas, and products that shape our society and our everyday lives. This is what the scientists are doing in their life or as their part of their duties and responsibilities. Though we are not scientists, or you as a students, though you are not a scientist, it is a privilege that we will able to experience this what we call research, and it is very beneficial. You will feel joy because you have this, you exert an effort in order to solve the current situation or problems, okay, because it will enhance the life of the society. So there's also a definition here. The purpose of research is to further understand the world and to learn how this knowledge can be applied to a better everyday life. What is this? It is an integral part of problem solving. So I hope and I pray that you know, it will put in your minds and your hearts. It is very important. I advise you, every one of us, must able to become a problem solver, not a troublemaker. And you will receive joy, contentment if you did something that will solve the problem of other people. And one of the way is they call it a research. You investigate something, you collect the data, you analyze the data, and you have these conclusions, you have these recommendations, and you will give it to the society and any entity or individual in order to solve their problems. You will propose the solutions to solve the problems. That is the integral part of problem solving in the research. Okay, so I hope and I pray that you appreciate the importance of research, not just in our lives, not just for the sake of your requirement to graduate in this program, but research is really important in our life to solve problems. So now we'll discuss about the three main purpose of research. First is exploratory. We also have descriptive, and we have this explanatory. Although research can take many forms, there are three main purpose of research. So these are the three main purpose of research. First, exploratory. So exploratory research is the first research to be conducted around the problem that has not yet been clearly defined. You want to investigate something that is not clearly defined. This is the purpose of research, to explore. So exploration research therefore aims to gain a better understanding of the exact nature of the problem and not to provide a conclusive answer to the problem itself. It enables us to conduct more in-depth research later on. Okay, I think this is the first research to be conducted. This is the type of research that you are going to do, exploratory research, in which you want not to answer or to provide conclusions, but to explore and to discover different informations before you will have this proper research. The second one is the descriptive. The descriptive research expands knowledge of research problem or phenomenon by describing it according to its characteristics and populations. So, meaning before, after you have this exploration, because you want to learn more or you want to know more about the, for example, problems, existing problems, and all. The second one is descriptive, is you define every information or data that you discovered. You put a description or the meaning of the research problem or any phenomenon. The third one is the explanatory. Explanatory research, also referred to as a causal research. It is conducted to determine how variables interact, for example, to identify cause and effect relationships. So the explanatory research deals with the why of research questions and is therefore often based on experiments. Okay, they will answer the question why. why these things happen. What is the effect? I mean, why these things happen of doing something. Okay, so it means that the descriptive is more on the quantitative. Okay, and the explanatory it is more on the qualitative, which we're going to discuss later on. So again, these are the three main purpose of research. Now let's proceed to the two main types of research. So research can be divided into two main types. First is the basic research, also known as a pure research. Like in ABC, it's a basic. The second one is the applied research. Okay, so we will discuss it one by one. First, we will talk about the basic research. The basic research, also known as a pure research, and it is originally investigation into the reason behind a process. Not just the process, but also phenomenon or particular events. It focuses on generating knowledge around existing basic principles. Okay, so the basic research is generally considered a non-commercial research because it does not focus on solving practical problems and has not immediate benefit or ways it can be applied. Okay, so again, the purpose of this research, it is just only a basic. It means that the goal of this research is not to solve problems. You just want to know the reason behind certain phenomenon or situation. Okay, it is not the purpose of resolving problems because again, this is just only a basic. The second one, again, we have the example here. For example, the researcher may try to investigate the molecular structure of a material for the purpose of understanding its behavior better, as it is not yet well understood. Okay, so as you can read this example, it is not the output of this research is not to solve problems, but only to have this better understanding of the behavior. Okay, basic research. The second one is the applied research, which we are going to conduct in your study as one of the requirements. So applied research investigates well-known theories and principles in order to enhance the knowledge around a practical aim. Because of this, applied research focuses on solving real-life problems by deriving knowledge that has an immediate application. Okay, this is what we are going to do. Need to conduct this applied research. Okay, you will use the well-known theories. That is why one of the parts of the your research or your thesis is we have these theories. You have anchored theories and supporting theories that you are going to use, okay, to support your study. Okay, so we will use theories. We will use this, we call it a literature background or other literatures authored by different researchers also. So the example for the number two, the applied research, a person may undertake applied research to investigate whether they can modify the molecular structure of a material for the purpose of making it strong enough to be used in the aircraft construction. So as you can observe in this example, the purpose or the main goal of applied research is to make it strong enough to be used in aircraft construction. So it is applicable in the real life situation. The basic research is just to enhance your knowledge on the existing information. But for the applied research, you have this main goal to, the purpose of this is to, for example, here is to have this strong enough to be used in the aircraft constructions. That will be useful to enhance the situation of any entity or organization, for example, or individual. So now let's proceed to the methods of research. There are different methods, methods, what you're going to do to enable to accomplish your research. We have these inductive methods and we have these deductive methods. Okay, the inductive methods usually we have this qualitative, and for the inductive methods we have this quantitative. Okay, in your case as a students, and we agreed also this with our different instructors in our campus, in our university, that we will only conduct a deductive method, which is the quantitative. Okay, so the quantitative it talks only about the numbers, and the qualities talk about the non-numerical, not no numbers. Okay, for example, here the interview and phenomenon, observation, etc. But for the quantitative, as you can observe, and I do believe that you also experienced this during your senior high school or junior high school, that you print a numbers of questionnaire and then you distribute it and you let the respondents have this check or answer some questions. I mean, all the questions in your questionnaire. So you will collect the 4, 3, 2, 1, highest, lowest, etc. So we will conduct the deductive methods, the quantitative in your case. Again, research methods for data collection fall into one or two categories. We have inductive methods and deductive methods. Okay. And how about, sir, we have this qualitative and quantitative. We also call it a mixed method. Okay. Mixed method. We have quali and you have quanti. But in your case, again, since you are still in the bachelor's degree, you will only conduct the quantitative. Okay. Again, so inductive research methods focus on the analysis of observation and usually associated with qualitative research. And for the inductive research methods focus on the verification of observation and are typically associated with quantitative research or numbers. So we will dig more about this qualitative research as we discussed in the previous slide. Qualitative research is a method that enables non-numerical data collection through open-ended methods such as interviews, case studies, and focus groups. Okay, this is non-numerical. It is not applicable in your part, but we will just also discuss about this one. So for the qualitative research, it enables researchers to collect data on the personal experience. Okay, the data that they collected, it is a personal experience. What else? Feelings or behaviors as well as the reasons behind them. Because of this, qualitative research is often used in fields such as social studies, psychology, philosophy, and other areas, but it's useful to know the connection between has occurred and why it has occurred. Okay, this is only applicable for the interviews and all. This is a non-numerical. Again, and for the quantitative research, which is you are going to do, you have this quantitative research. It is a method that collects and analyzes numerical data through statistical analysis. That is why you need to go also with the statistician to compute your data that you have collected after you distribute the questionnaire. Okay, it is applicable for you, the quantitative, the quali is not applicable for you. So it allows the quantifying variables uncover relationships and make generalizations across larger population. So as a result, quantitative research is often used in the natural and physical sciences such as engineering, biology, chemistry, physics, computer science, finance, and medical research and all. And we are also applicable in this, the hospitality management. So what does research involve? The research often follows a systematic approach known as scientific method, which is carried out using a hourglass model. So the research project first starts with the problem statement. Okay, so this is one of the important part in your research paper, the problem statement, or rather the research purpose for engaging the study. This can take the form of the scope of the study or aims and objectives of your research topic. Okay, so again, this is the first thing that you need to do. You need to take note on this one. The first one, you need to identify your research topic. You need to provide at least three research topic that we are going to discuss or analyze, or we need to have this brainstorming in order to identify among the three possible research topic what is the best research topic for you as a group. Okay, and then if after you identify this research topic, you need to have this problem statement or statement of the problem. So in the other online discussion, I will talk about this one more. What else? What does research involves? Subsequently, a literature review is carried out and a hypothesis is formed. And the researcher then creates a research methodology and collects the data. Again, the first one, what is that? Need to have the research topic. After that, the statement of the problem. And then you have this literature review. There are previous study related to your study. You need to have that one. And you have this hypothesis, methodology, what are the methods that you are going to do, and you need to collect the data. And after collecting the data, you need to analyze the data using various statistical methods. And one of the common statistical method that we use is the frequency and the percentage and the weighted mean. And in both cases, the study and its, you have this conclusion that are officially written up as a report. This is the one of the last part of your paper. And the researcher may also recommend lines of further questioning. So the report of research paper is then shared with the wider research community, and the cycle begins all over again. After you have this conclusion, recommendations, you need to present it to the community or to the recipients. And then there are possible follow-up questions, and it will begin all over again, like a cyclical, as I have mentioned a while ago. So what does research involve also? It is a highly dynamic. Although these steps outline, and this is the last slide in this online discussion, although these steps outline the overall research process, you need to keep in mind that research projects are highly dynamic and are therefore considered an interactive process with continued refinements and not a series of fixed stages. From the word dynamic, it is not fixed. Okay, so that is the good thing about the research. It is highly dynamic. You can have some guide on your research from the previous study. You can have in the library or the link that I have given to you in the drive, okay, that I uploaded the previous manuscript. Okay, so you have this guide, but again, I recommend you that it is highly dynamic. You need to have this unique study. Thank you for listening. I hope you have learned something on this video, and don't forget to answer the evaluation quiz, and this is part of your grading system. Bye bye. See you in the next video.